Hello, my name is Geogen and welcome back to World of Warships. We are back in the Phoneix class Tier 4 American cruiser, doing the regrind up the American cruiser line. And of course, we have to go through 1, 2, 3 and 4 and Tier 5 before we get to Tier 6 and the Cleveland, which is an amazing cruiser, or was at least in the open beta. I imagine it will be as good as it was once I reach that. Anyhow, back to Tier 4. We're in the Phoneix and we're on the map Big Race. We have spawned on the far east and we spawned to the northeastern corner at the front of our fleet, meaning we are the first to be spotted by everyone, / we are the first to spot everyone. Now, the Phoneix is a okay ship. It's got a decent amount of weapons once it's fully upgraded. However, as you can see, we get hit there and our steering is damaged immediately, meaning we have to repair it. And that is something you're going to have to deal with these lower tier cruisers after the St. Louis. You will take a lot of hits, and once you take a lot of hits, you will take a lot of damage very quickly. The St. Louis is much more heavily armoured compared to the Phoneix. Anyhow, we have more range than the Phoneix, and we're engaging our opposite number, I believe. Yes, we are. We're engaging our opposite number by using HE and AP shells. I am looking for those armor-piercing penetrations because of the weak ship armor on the Phoneix. The Phoneix is also armed with torpedoes, but the torpedoes only have a very short range and they're quite slow. So we have to use our main batteries. Still firing. We're trying to go for the citadel penetrations, as I say, and there's one, 3,100. We get hit and set on fire, it doesn't matter. We're looking for another citadel. We get 2, which is decent enough, but we've hit the edge of the map. Still on fire. We have to wait for our repair ability because we were using it earlier to fix our steering. Now, in the open beta, the Phoneix has received several upgrades. I believe it's got a couple of more guns than it did before, but the main thing is the fact that its AA has been improved compared to the one in the closed beta. So that means you have better self-defense capabilities. Also, we got another citadel penetration, just saying. We're taking a lot of fire, but thankfully it misses. Enemy aircraft are in the air, but they are only fighters. However, they are spotting us along with surface ships. We are now firing at, I believe, another Phoneix. Yep. Our AA is opening up on some fighters. Don't manage to nail any of them, however. Still firing armor piercing, and we managed to destroy the first ship of the game. We've already taken over half, well, just under half our health. We've already lost half our health. Now we're engaging this Phoneix, and I believe that this... is it a Phoneix? No, it's a St. Louis, my mistake. And I'm thinking, should I fire torpedoes? He's in 3.5 kilometer range. But he's on such little health, and we managed to take him out with our weapons. We are trying to nail some aircraft along with this battleship, I believe. A Wyoming battleship. None of us managed to hit them. So that's the thing about the Phoneix. You have a great rate of fire, and the weapons are okay in terms of damage output. We're now firing at a Furutaka, which is a Tier 5 Japanese cruiser, and that cruiser has 203 main batteries, which I believe is the first ship the cruiser lines of either nation to get them. I believe the Americans get 203s with the Pensacola, which is at Tier 7, unless they've changed it around since the time of this recording. Anyhow, we are now engaging battleships, I believe. Or have we switched our fire yet? No, we are still firing at the Furutaka. Most of our fire is ineffective, but we have hit quite a large number of shells against enemy vessels. Enemy torpedo bombers are in the area, however they are fleeing. We do open up on some more fighters. Still have not managed to kill any of those fighters yet. Like I say, the AA has been improved, but it isn't a huge... it's not overpowered in terms of its improvements. Now we've switched our fire to these battleships, as there's 3 enemy battleships in front of us. 1 Wyoming, 1 South Carolina, and 1 New York. The tier 3, 4, and 5 of the American battleship line, respectively. Or from right to left. It goes from 3, 4, and 5. So we focus on the target we can see in the open. Now HE shells are doing quite substantial damage to them. We've set them on fire, and they're doing a minimum of around 1200 damage every time it connects. We're now taking fire from the left side, and we do receive around 1000 damage in return. We fire off torpedoes just to see if any of them will connect. I'm not banking on it, it's just to scare the enemy generally. Torpedoes do scare the enemy and myself quite a lot, as well they should. They can sink you exceptionally quickly. Still firing against the South Carolina. It would be foolish to be firing armor piercing right now, but the HE is doing just fine. And as you can see, those torpedoes don't have a long enough range, and they fizz out before they can make contact with enemy vessels. We fired so many shots this game, I don't know quite the number, but it is a ridiculous amount. But that's the thing with these American cruisers, they have great rate of fire, but quite low caliber ammunition. We'll take some fire from the South Carolina, yet it is ineffective. He only manages to do 1000 damage. Yet, we are only on 5000 hit points out of our total of 24,000. I should mention that some of these weapons that the Phoneix gets are not in turrets. Some are mounted in sponsons on the side. It's quite hard to see as it's just covered in blackness. But here is a sponson, and there's one on the other side too. And it's the same, or mirrored at the back here. Sponson there, and the sponson there. It does also get guns which can rotate more, but they're not in turrets. That's one thing that the Omaha class, an improvement at tier 5 of the Phoneix, gets. It gets 2 turrets with dual weapons. Set on fire the South Carolina, and he will be going down shortly. There it is. Now we switch our focus to the Wyoming that we saw earlier, and he hasn't had a good game either. He's on 4000 hit points. He is trying to repair. You can see his health bar is going up, but we need to pummel him with some firepower. Trying to set him on fire. We do hear a warning of torpedoes, but they're on the other side of the island, and it's fine. We are on critical health, however, 2846. So let's take a sit rep for the moment. We've lost 4 ships, 2 battleships, cruiser, and a destroyer. They have lost more ships, so we have a 2-ship advantage. They still have both their aircraft carriers, and they are harassing us with aircraft, which, as they should. Now, is this the Furitaka we saw earlier? Indeed it is. We need to remove this guy before he launches his torpedoes at our friendly Congo class to the left there. We are being... I thought we were about to be attacked by enemy torpedoes. However, I didn't realize one of our friendly Langley aircraft carriers had moved up so far, and there's nothing that can be done to save him. If those torpedoes had struck me, I would have gone down at this point anyway. And is that the... Yep, the Wyoming is still in the battle, but he's on fire, and this spread of fire should kill him. There we go. That's 4 kills. and we have a free ship advantage now. At this point in the game, I am going searching for the aircraft carriers. 2 of them remain, both of them, and they are causing us quite a few problems, being spotted mainly. They're both Langleys, so they're not fast. However, I almost forgot to mention that there was another St. Louis, I believe, to the left there, and he was on quite low health. There is a destroyer that was last seen with our friendly destroyer, just over there, 8 kilometers away, the Esokaze, and therefore I launched some torpedoes in the hope that the enemy destroyer will sail into them. These aircraft cannot damage me, but they are spotting me for potential torpedo bombers as well as that destroyer, as I mentioned previously. And there is one of the enemy aircraft carriers. He's right at the border of the map, and I believe he's out my gun range right now, 18 kilometers away. That is one thing I've neglected to mention, and that is the Phoneix has around a 13 kilometer or 11 kilometer range, which is okay for tier 4. You will be outgunned by tier 5 and tier 6 vessels, however, unless you are not the main attraction, as it were. Go around in groups, and you will not die so easily. We're now firing at the first of the Langleys. The guns in the front, however, if you go at the enemy like this, you will only be able to fire a couple of your weapons. You won't be able to fire all of them, so you have to angle in order to fire a full amount of your weapons, a full broadside. We slow down because there are torpedoes that were destined for the Congo, and they fizzle out. So we wouldn't have been hit by them anyway. And that, perhaps, was a mistake. I'm still firing at this Langley. We're using a mixture of HE and AP, but I want to set him on fire. There we go. So he can't launch any aircraft. He immediately extinguishes it, however, which is understandable. Now we saw the destroyer there for a couple of seconds, and our destroyer on our team is not having a good time. He's on very low health, and he's pretty much lost that engagement. Now, the reason why is he is in a Japanese destroyer, and his guns don't turn very quickly, whereas the enemy destroyer is in the Clemson American destroyer, and his guns rotate much more quickly and therefore can acquire a target very well. We're still firing at the Langley, waiting for this destroyer to come round. Citadel penetration, pretty nice. We're up to 5 kills at this point, and we open fire at the Clemson there. Now, what I should have realised is he's turning away from me, and he has spread his torpedoes at me. I should have been turning about 5 seconds ago, and now I'm turning, and it's too late. All of these torpedoes are going to hit me, and it doesn't matter that I'm on 800 health. I look for the torpedoes to be launched, just in the hope he might sail back, but it's too late for me. And my game that was going very, very well has been cut short, and that is all she wrote for the Phoneix. Now it's just that destroyer versus the destroyer and the aircraft carrier versus 5 of our ships. And this Congo is sailing backwards into the line of fire of a full torpedo squadron. -1 aircraft. So not all of these torpedoes are going to hit, however he is going to take at least 3 of them. And there it is. Takes off a large amount of his health. Thankfully, because it's a tier 4 aircraft carrier, the torpedoes aren't that effective. I won't let you watch the rest of this game because it is pretty much self-explanatory. Let's have a look at the post-game results screen. And here is that post result screen for the battle. We got 4,500 experience, or double premium account, and 237,000 credits received. We got a Confederate and a First Blood medal. We destroyed 5 and hit over 160 shells, done some critical damage, and set fire to them 9 times. 4 citadel penetrations was quite nice as well. We managed to get quite a large amount of credits because we managed to complete heavy damage mission, which supplements our credit making. Anyhow, that was Phoneix. I hope you enjoyed the replay, and as always, I've been Geogen, this has been World of Warships, and I'll see you chaps and chapettes in the next one.